Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the procession of the candidates.
Let us pray. O God of grace that dawns in sun and sky and earth, O grace that flows in human hearts and minds, O grace that soaks the soul of the world, may grace abound today. Bless us, your children, this still, quiet morning, with gifts of joy and laughter, gifts of words and wit, gifts of promise and possibility. May grace abound today. Bestow on us in this place, this time, we know a journey's end. Bestow upon us the delight of deeds accomplished, the gratitude for knowledge learned, and memories of those who walked the road before and with us. May grace abound today. And consecrate this time together by love shared of family and friends, by wisdom of teachers and mentors, by spirits of those who are not here but are here. May grace abound today. And grant us courage in this new beginning to hold each other's hearts in solidarity, to walk towards a new horizon, to transform the world together. May grace abound today. And let the people say, Amen. You may be seated.
Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, honored guests, parents, families, and friends, and students. Welcome to the commencement exercises of the 170th year of Austin College. Please join me as we welcome and congratulate the class of 2019. It is fitting that the class of 2019 celebrate this day in the presence of the 50th year reunion class of 1969. I now invite the members of the class of 1969 and all other Golden Roos to please stand as the members of the class of 2019 join me in welcoming you here today. Class of 2019, today is a milestone. Certainly it is a milestone for you, graduates, but it is also a milestone for the people around you, your family and friends, the classmates who will still be here next year, and for all of the people in your Austin College community, professors, coaches, staff, that you've worked with. We know all the things we've tried to give you, the opportunities we've tried to provide, but now it's a time for you to reflect. What will you take with you? What were your discoveries? We who are gathered around you, we have watched you grow, learn, experiment, laugh and cry, roar and strive, whether it was in class, in the lab, on the stage, on the court, in the big city, or on the prairie, or even in your own quiet space. You have made discoveries, and I am so proud of you. To help me tell you how proud I am, I've enlisted the help of one of our favorite Presbyterian ministers, aside from John Williams, of course, aside from every other Presbyterian minister in the audience today, Fred Rogers, known to the world as Mr. Rogers. He writes, "To me, what makes someone successful is managing a healthy combination of wishing and doing. Wishing doesn't make anything happen, but it certainly can be the start of some important happenings. I hope that you'll continue to wish and dream all you can, and that you'll do all you can to help the best of your wishes come true. I'm proud of you for all the dreaming and the doing that has helped you get to this point in your lives, and I hope you are too. Always remember, class of 2019, that you make a difference. Being your best self, interested in ideas, caring about people and issues, that makes a difference. You are the future we are waiting for. You are the future we desperately need. But before we begin your future, we have a few things to take care of this morning. I now invite Dr. Beth Gill to the podium to introduce the student speaker.
Good morning. The student speaker representing the class of 2019 is Clarissa Caballero Pinedo. Clarissa is from Dallas, Texas, with a major in psychology and a double minor in education and Spanish. Throughout her time at Austin College, Clarissa has been a resident assistant for Caruth and Calais Halls, president of the Catholic Students Association, a sister of the Omega Zeta sorority, an ambassador for Students Today, Alumni Tomorrow, an intern for the Office of Public Affairs, a member of the senior committee, and she served as last year's student body president. Clarissa traveled to Zambia as a global outreach fellow to support local educators. There she learned how to be a global servant leader who volunteers with passion and love. After graduation, Clarissa begins working full-time as a Spanish teacher at Centennial High School in Frisco. Additionally, she will continue her studies with the Austin Teacher Program during her first year teaching and plans to graduate next May right here with her master's in teaching. Please join me in welcoming your student speaker, Clarissa Caballero Pinedo.
My first page was missing. All right. President O'Day, Dr. Gill, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and my fellow graduates of the class of 2019. When you look back on this day, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you won't remember a single word I said. And you know what? That's okay. But I hope that you never forget, on move-in day, going up the stairs with your mini fridge, texting your professors frantically worried about not getting into a class, and sitting in this very seat saying, wow, am I glad I'm not sitting in Sid Rich. For the next few minutes, let's take some moments to reflect on what these last 4 years have meant, what we have accomplished, how we have developed, and what we must do with all of these wonderful experiences. Together, we traveled the world and learned how to embrace new cultures. Together, we supported the Sherman community and learned how to share our talents with those around us. Together, we influenced campus life and learned how to lead, but also how to follow. Together, we discovered the true value of the liberal arts. To the Earmark staff, we want to thank you for filling our lives with calf cookies, greeting us with warm smiles, and always being available to set up every last one of our events. You all have made a significant contribution to making this place feel more like home. To all the professors and staff, thank you so much. You guys have pushed us to question the norm while ensuring we had a safe space to redefine our truths. You've seen in us what we couldn't see in ourselves. You all are the foundation to the Austin College culture. To my fellow graduates, I am proud of us for making it to this moment and proud of the Ruse that we have become. I am proud of the community we've built. I am proud of us for getting back after failing exams, changing careers. Some found the love of their lives, and I sure hope that I'm invited to your weddings. Some discovered new passions, and some found the strength to go on after unbelievable hardship. In the close-knit community we built, the Austin College Way can be seen as a pile of burning coals in a campfire, with each student represented as a fiery red coal. As Rue Nation, we have fed off of each other's brilliance and are on fire with ideas and newfound passions to do great in the world. The fire will continue so long as each of those coals continues to burn. Once a single coal, a student, is removed from that pile, they are commissioned to start new fires and spread ideas wherever they are placed in order to prevent that new fire from burning out. As you begin your new journey away from this amazing place, I encourage you to do just that. To spread the fire that Austin College has lit in each one of your hearts, and to share it with the new communities of which you will form part. As we grow, remember we can always find a way to give back to the same society to which we belong. We are all connected in ways that we do not see, and bound in ways that are not visible to the eyes. So for a second here, let's make that visible right now. I have one final request. So will you please stand if you fit in one of the following categories? Will every first generation college student please stand? Will every student who comes from an immigrant family please stand and remain standing? Will every student who has received a financial gift please stand? Will every student who has received an academic or athletic accolade please stand? And will every student who at some point imagined they would never walk across this stage please stand? Now I want you to take a look around. This is diversity. This is multiculturalism. This is America's continuous move towards equality. This is Austin College. My fellow class of 2019, we did it. Thank you so much, and go Roots.
I am honored to introduce our commencement speaker today. She is someone I consider a friend as well as a colleague. Dr. Ruth Whiteside is a graduate of Austin College who has had a distinguished career in the United States State Department and the Foreign Service Institute. Her interest in international affairs and service began right here at Austin College, where she majored in history and spent a summer serving in Tanzania, which was a life-changing experience for her. At the State Department, Dr. Whiteside has worked in a variety of assignments, domestically and internationally, and received several awards for her service, including the Distinguished Presidential Rank Award and the State Department's Distinguished Honor Award. In her role as director, she oversaw the government's largest civilian training institute, teaching more than 60 languages and training new ambassadors and employees of embassies who serve around the world. Ruth is a trustee of Austin College, and I first met her when she served on the Presidential Search Committee for the 16th president of Austin College. Thank you, Ruth. It was an honor to meet her then, and yes, you must have surmised, I think I passed Ruth's test during the search process, and I assure you that it was not an easy task. Ruth is a lifelong Presbyterian. She and her husband Jim are active in their church in Washington, D.C., and volunteer in a number of outreach activities, including refugee resettlement, hunger programs, and a 25-year participation with a village in Western Kenya. This stage is not unfamiliar territory for Ruth. She was the very first woman to serve as Austin College Student Body President. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ruth Whiteside.
Thank you very much, President O'Day. It was a great move, I think, on behalf of the search committee the day you said yes to our offer to come to Austin College. I want to congratulate all the members of the class of 2019. Greetings to all the proud parents, grandparents, mentors, friends, my wonderful colleagues on the Board of Trustees, and all the Austin College faculty and staff. I want to join President O'Day in welcoming the Golden Rue class of 1969, and special thanks to all the people that made this day possible. I stood on this stage about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon just to see if the podium was too high, and we were chased away by the rain. So it's wonderful to be with you on this really glorious day. Members of the class of 2019, I am keenly aware that I am one of the few things that stands between you and your diplomas and the rest of your life. So let me begin with a confession, and I will echo a bit of Clarissa's wonderful remarks. I remember almost nothing of my own graduation. I was president of the student body, so I did get to ring the Sam Houston bell, which is probably the highlight. I was a class marshal, so I got to march in the front of the class. When you go through life at the end of the alphabet, marching in front is actually a pretty big deal. I only know who my commencement speaker was. It was, as it turned out, a distinguished circuit court judge. I only know that because my archivist, who otherwise was known as my mother, kept every slip of paper that my name was on. In so many profound ways, my Austin College experience was radically different from yours. I will spare you the details of a trip down memory lane, but imagine a campus with zero technology, and I do mean zero. Magazines and newspapers arrived in the library by snail mail, weeks, often months behind. We had a mandatory chapel twice a week, and I actually thought Clyce Hall was a really cool place to live. There was a TV in the lobby, and there was one telephone on each floor. The only good news was you could always avoid any call that you wanted to avoid, because you would just stand in front of whomever answered the phone saying, of all the changes over the years, the most striking and the most exciting to me was reflected very much in Clarissa's remarks. The really rich ethnic and cultural diversity and sense of inclusiveness in our Austin College student body. In my time, there was one student of color at Austin College. He was a young man from the Congo named Pierre Chamba. Pierre had been educated by Presbyterian missionaries, and he first enrolled at a college in Alabama. When the Ku Klux Klan threatened his safety there, with the support of Austin College leadership, he transferred to Austin College. Pierre flourished in the Austin College family, both academically and socially, but the days before the landmark changes in our nation's civil rights laws, Pierre was not welcome in almost any public place off campus. What has not changed in the decades since I left Austin College is the dedication by Austin College's leadership, faculty, and staff to the transformative power of a liberal arts education, including keen interest in international affairs and international experiences. Following my junior year, I spent the summer with an interracial group of students in Tanzania in a program sponsored by Operation Crossroads Africa. Talk about a transformation. Not only had I never been out of the country, I had barely been out of Texas. The Crossroads program was one of the models for the creation of the Peace Corps. And I was delighted to learn this week that one of our graduating seniors is headed to the Peace Corps to an assignment in Tanzania. In the latest issue of Austin College Magazine, alumni recalled legendary professors who transformed their lives and set them on a path to their future selves. I am certainly in that number. Dr. Clyde Hall was and is a font of learning and wisdom. Dr. Ed Phillips opened my mind to the rich tapestry of American social and intellectual history. Dr. Kenneth Street inspired and encouraged me toward a life of public service. Dr. Street knew how drawn many of us were to President John F. Kennedy, whose inaugural address had urged us not to ask what our country could do for us, but what we could do for our country. On a beautiful day in November of 1963, Dr. Street took a small group of us to Fort Worth. We cheered President Kennedy. We waved him off to Dallas, to what turned out to be one of the most tragic days in our history. All of us on campus had been so full of hope, and it was professors and mentors like Dr. Hall, Drs. Phillips and Street, and legendary President John D. Mosley, who on that devastating day and in those crushing weeks picked us up, dusted us off, put us back on the road to the future. And I know that tradition of deeply committed and involved faculty is just as alive today. Among the greatest gifts Austin College gave me was a lifelong love of learning. And one of the most important truths that I have come to understand, to quote the historian David McCullough, is that nothing in human history had to happen the way it did. Events unfold in any number of directions, just as our own lives do. Based on the circumstances we find ourselves in, the families we are born into, the luck we have of where we are born. Above all, our history is determined by the decisions we make and the risks we take individually, in our families, in our relationships, and as a society. Not all the decisions we make are good ones. I can certainly testify to that. The best we can do is to act with humility and commitment to be our best self, based on the best knowledge we have at the time. And if it doesn't work, we back up, plot a new course, and start again. And to quote a previous commencement speaker, the wonderful Maya Angelou, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. This brings me to the present. Things are a bit of a mess in Washington, as you may have heard. As a nation, we are more diverse but less inclusive. Too often, our national discourse is marked by ugly partisanship, a lack of civility, failure to grapple with real solutions to the fate of our planet, the growing economic inequality, a broken and inhumane immigration system, and most important, genuine challenges to our constitutional democracy. The upside of all of this messiness, class of 2019, is there are so many ways you will be heroes. You may wonder about the copies of the Constitution you found on your seats today. In the 18th century, when the Constitution was written, oaths of loyalty were taken to kings and emperors and empires, sort of like Game of Thrones, although I'm not an expert on Game of Thrones. Today, in our constitutional tradition, those of us who are privileged to serve in government or in the military take an oath not to a person or to a party, but to the ideals embodied in the Constitution. The oath I swore many decades ago as a fledgling diplomat is the same oath the President of the United States and members of Congress take. An oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. I hope you will keep this little book handy as your own worldview continues to evolve. Ask yourself, do the communities and the causes that vie for your talent, your loyalty, your energy, do those reflect the values, your own values, and the values that inspired your liberal arts education? Are those values consistent with the ideals of a constitutional democracy where every voice is heard and every life is valued? Now, this may all sound a bit gloomy, so let me tell you some really good news. You are just the folks to take on this challenge. At some point in 2019, millennials, of which you are or will become a part, will overtake baby boomers as the largest group in our population. Your generation will have extraordinary, go ahead and applaud. Your generation will have extraordinary opportunities to shape the future. Just as the decisions in your personal and professional lives will shape your own destiny, the collective decisions your generation makes will shape the future of our nation, our role in the world, and above all, the fate of our planet. It is an awesome challenge and one I know you are ready to embrace. So now as we send you off, let me offer my own bit of wisdom. As best you can, let a spirit of gratitude be your pole star. And don't let the sun go down today without thanking those most responsible for your Austin College education. Hold fast to the friends and relationships you have built here, and build strong communities wherever you are. Take a weekly sabbatical from all your digital devices to help tune out the noise, keep yourself centered. Find a way to serve wherever you are and live with generosity of spirit and resources. For me, the best advice for a fulfilling life can be summed up in a few words from the biblical prophet Micah. In the end, Micah asks, "What does the Lord require of you? Act with justice, love kindness, and walk humbly on the earth." Class of 2019, go forward now with boldness and courage, thankful for the road you have traveled, hopeful for the road ahead, and may God bless you on your way. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Whiteside. We have many ways of recognizing people who have made special contributions and achievements in various areas of college life. At Honors Convocation earlier this spring, we announced a number of awards for academic achievement. Several awards are also announced each year at commencement. Austin College offers exceptionally strong students the opportunity to pursue advanced individual projects and to qualify for graduation with honors. These students, upon invitation from one of our academic departments, have spent a substantial portion of the past year in preparing an honors thesis or project in their area of academic concentration. This morning, we recognize these talented and hardworking individuals for successful completion of their respective projects. As I call their names, will the students please rise and remain standing until all the names have been called? Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Students graduating with departmental honors are Abigail Renee Ballard, Chemistry. Amanda M. Bernal, Psychology. Allison P. Bamer, Political Science. Hannah Elizabeth Butterfield, Biology. Catherine Page Collins, Biology. Aurora Elizabeth Hadzik, Gender Studies. Amelia Grace Hardy, who received honors in mathematics in her junior year, and this year honors in psychology. Arthi Kanan, Biology. Joseph Elias Kulop, Mathematics. Kira Delaney Malone, Biology. Joshua Brett Pollard, English. Carlos Reyes Leon, Physics. Brianna Shernice Richmond, Psychology. Benjamin Carl Schmidt, Psychology. Samuel Alexander Skupin, History. Michael E. Suresh, Psychology. Emma Jane Colleen Thornburg, Biology. Congratulations. Each year, the faculty selects 2 outstanding scholars in graduating class for special recognition by the Board of Trustees. The awards are made with no distinction between them on the basis of the student's entire academic record as reflected on the transcript, the balance in course distribution, cumulative grade point average, and credits earned. The 2 students selected become the recipients of the J.C. Kidd and J.M. Robinson Memorial Scholarship Medals. The Kidd Medal is made possible through the generous gift of a Houston resident in memory of his friend, J.C. Kidd, and was first presented in 1940. The Robinson Medal is given in the memory of Mr. and Mrs. J.M. Robinson of McKinney and was first presented in 1935. When I announce the names of this year's recipients, will they please come forward to receive their medals and certificates from President O'Day? The Kidd recipient for 2019 is Amelia Grace Hardy. And the Robinson recipient for 2019 is Anne Louise Savage. Congratulations to these fine students. Later this morning, when I call the names of the degree candidates, I will indicate those who will have received Latin honors. These honors are based on cumulative grade point averages through the semester's classes. Those designated summa cum laude have earned grade point average of 3.85 or higher on a 4.0 scale. Magna cum laude, 3.7 to 3.84, and cum laude, 3.5 to 3.69. Please join me in recognizing these students for their achievements to Austin College.
The Homer P. Rainey Award was established in 1975 by the Board of Trustees at Austin College to be awarded annually to a member of faculty or staff for outstanding service to the college. At Honors Convocation earlier this spring, the Homer P. Rainey Award was presented to a deserving individual who has served Austin College for 20 years. She has announced her retirement effective this summer, but before she leaves, I would like to personally thank and recognize Vice President for Institutional Enrollment as she stands, Mrs. Nan Davis. The Board of Trustees of Austin College is authorized under its charter to grant honorary doctoral degrees to outstanding women and men. This year, the board has chosen to honor this morning's commencement speaker, Ruth Whiteside, and our baccalaureate speaker last evening, John Worster. Mr. David Corrigan of Austin College class of 1981, chairman of the Austin College Board of Trustees, and Dr. Beth Gill will assist me with the awarding of these honorary degrees. Dr. Whiteside, will you please come forward? Ruth Whiteside is a graduate of Austin College and has served our country in a distinguished manner for 35 years. You have worked for the U.S. Department of State in numerous assignments, domestic and international, and you served as the director of the Foreign Service Institute, the largest civilian training agency of the United States government. You are a member of the Austin College Board of Trustees and began a career in leadership, serving as the first woman to be president of the student body of Austin College. In recognition of your leadership and contributions in domestic and international service, Austin College is proud to honor you by conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. John Worster, will you please come forward? John Worster, you earned a bachelor's degree from Trinity University, master's degree from Princeton. See, I went quickly over that. Master's degree from Princeton Theological Seminary, and a Doctor of Ministry from Austin Presbyterian Theological Seminary. You have demonstrated more than 28 years of leadership and service after your ordination in 1991. You have been the pastor of St. Philip Presbyterian Church in Houston since 2012. Prior to this, you served congregations in Philadelphia, Ohio, and Kerrville, Texas. You are an author, editor, and musician. You are a member of the Presbyterian Association of Musicians and serve regularly on the leadership teams for national worship and music conferences. John, in recognition of your continued leadership in service to others and your positive impact in the world, Austin College is proud to honor you by conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of Divinity. And now we come to the conferring of degrees to our students. Mr. David Corrigan, Chairman of the Austin College Board of Trustees, will you please join me in this confirmation? Austin College, by its charter issued in 1849, received authority from the state of Texas to confer degrees, an authority also subsequently extended by the Austin College Board of Trustees and educational accrediting agencies. This authority is symbolized by the seal of the college on the president's medallion and the college mace. Dr. Beth Gill, will you now present the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree?
Candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree, will you please rise? President O'Day, I am authorized by the faculty to recommend that the college confer on each candidate the Master of Arts in Teaching degree subject to the successful completion of all academic requirements.
What is the will of the Board of Trustees?
The Board of Trustees of Austin College approves the recommendation of its faculty and instructs you to confer on each candidate, subject to the successful completion of all academic requirements, the Master of Arts in Teaching degree with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the candidates, as their names are called, please present themselves to the President? Jessica Aguilar. Kyle Jeremy Bohannon. Marissa Ann Brown. Zane Dylan Byers. Jessica Ann Farah. Kira Lynn Gaither. Blake Michael Hollenbeck. Rodney Vance Melton.
Yeah, Bubba!
Jack Daniel Perkins. Felicia Marguerite Rivera. Weston Connor Russell. Mandy Lynn Serenbach. Rachel Denise Sartor. Tyler Andrew Shaw. Mariana Soto Tonche. Cassie Claire Wortham. Lauren Gail Wolfs. President O'Day, this concludes the candidates for Masters of Arts in Teaching degree.
Dr. Gill, will you now present candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree?
Candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree will please rise. President O'Day, I am authorized by the faculty to recommend that the college confer on each candidate the Bachelor of Arts degree, subject to the successful completion of all academic requirements.
What is the will of the Board of Trustees?
The Board of Trustees of Austin College approves the recommendation of its faculty and instructs you to confer on each candidate, subject to the successful completion of all academic requirements, the Bachelor of Arts degree with all rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the candidates, as their names are called, present themselves to the President? Christopher Abad Jacoby. Anastasia Tamara Akabuyan. Cum laude. Elizabeth A. Adams, cum laude. Benjamin Taylor Allen. Sebastian Alzamora. Gabrielle D. Amador. Alicia Prakash Amin. Dev Jamin Amin, cum laude. Morgan Bailey Anderson, cum laude. Tiana Alexa Anderson, summa cum laude. Lindsay Nicole Apgar. Alexandra Marie Armato, summa cum laude. Jonathan Michael Asher. Grace Caroline Ock. Kartika Marie Iapan. Harrison Reed Baldwin. Abigail Renee Ballard, magna cum laude. Atu Bond. Stephen Jesse Barrett. Caitlin Neal Bass. Logan Andrew Beauchamp. Hayden Bender. Davion Danielle Bennett Jr. Amanda M. Bernal, magna cum laude. Mason Wesley Bird, cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Bain. Allison P. Bamer, summa cum laude. Bryce Edward Brakebill. Owen William Brem. Christopher Gregory Brown, magna cum laude. Eric Franklin Brown. Scotty Austin Brown, cum laude. Tyler G. Brown. Hunter Kinsley Burkett, magna cum laude. Nathan Lee Butcher, magna cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Butterfield, summa cum laude. Clarissa Caballero Pinedo. Kyle Everett Campbell. Anthony Joseph Carvello. Sandra Carrasco Bueno, summa cum laude. Jessica Castrejón. Anna E. Sintala, magna cum laude. Isabel Summerlin Cerritos. Priya Chari. Kristen St. John Childs. Catherine Claire Christie. Bailey Addison Clark. Ruth Fernanda Clausen, cum laude. Catherine Ann Cleveland. Caitlin A. Collins, magna cum laude. Catherine Page Collins, magna cum laude. Florence Halida Cornell, summa cum laude. Julian Valdez Coronado. Katie McKinney Cottrell, magna cum laude. Carolyn Elizabeth Croft. Christina Ray Croninger, cum laude. William Milner Crouch. Cole Oscar Davila. Caitlin Renee Davis. Isabel Villanueva Dtien. Carlton James Dirksen. Truman Branch Dowdy. Derek Anthony Drigger, summa cum laude. Harris Lynn Drake, summa cum laude. Selena Gabrielle Duclos, magna cum laude. Levin William Dyson. Hannah K. Eason, cum laude. Zachary A. Ellard. Brian Armani Escamilla. Jonathan Estrada. Reginald Lee Evans, Jr. Rosemary Beatrix Fasulo, magna cum laude. John DeHaven Fee. James Paul Fider. Hermon Ferran, magna cum laude. Nicholas Keith Fletcher. Bryce Gertrude Frank. Bryce Michael Galoy. Michaela Rose Gasich, cum laude. Chase Michael Gaskill. Nicole Leslie Gentili, cum laude. Clay Gilbert. Jennifer Clayton Blosser, cum laude. Oscar Alberto Gonzalez. Joshua Quitman Granberry, cum laude. Joshua Hughes Green. Davis William Gregory Allen. Ulan Manuel Guerra. Zachary Michael Guidry. Kelsey Caitlin Heck, cum laude. Sadie Caitlin Hackney, cum laude. Aurora Elizabeth Hadzik, cum laude. Lindsay Catherine Hadzima, cum laude. Laurel Michaela Hagee. Sarah Hawk, summa cum laude. Amelia Grace Hardy, summa cum laude. Kenneth David Hardy, magna cum laude. Brandon Lee Harner. Dion Carl Harris. Grace Marie Harrison, magna cum laude. Rachel Claire Hatton. Carla Marian Herrera Gutierrez, summa cum laude. William Charles Higgins. Skylar A. Hodges. Jacob William Hoke. Caitlin Elizabeth Hudson. Meredith Ray Huff, magna cum laude. John Carlisle Huggins, magna cum laude. Sydney Alice Jackson. Lisha Susan Jacob, cum laude. Blaine Stiles Jones. Robert Louis Jones III. Arthie Kanan, cum laude. Spencer Jackson Kelly. Joshua David Stanford Keys. Joseph Elias Kulak, magna cum laude. Rhea Ann Koshi, magna cum laude. Matthew Casey Kosko. Mary Mason Kuntz, cum laude. Manasa Kunchum, magna cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Lane, cum laude. Philip Chan Lee. Kaylee Lynn LeBlanc, cum laude. Sol Adam Lehman. Pushti Sutish Kumar Liva, cum laude. Isabel Rose Vargas Liu, cum laude. Meng Bawi Leon. Tiffany Renee Litton. Katia Alejandra Lopez Lava, summa cum laude. Daniel Ortoro Laredo. Connor B. Luckett, summa cum laude. Sean Donald McGregor. Laura Samantha Muchizas. Michael Theodore Mahoney. Andrew Mackenzie Mainshine. Daniel C. Maldonado. Kiera Delaney Malone, summa cum laude. Nicholas Ryan Marshall. Erin Marie Martin. Monica Adriana Vania Martinez, magna cum laude. Dane Robert Marwood. Margaret Grace Mason. Carol Elizabeth Massey. Kristen Nicole Massey, cum laude. Joanne Matthew. Malcolm Carlton Mathis Jr. Holland M. Maynard.
Kristen!
Brenna Leanne McCown, magna cum laude. Cassidy Logan McDarris. William David McDonough, magna cum laude. Paola Medina, cum laude. Lester Arnett Mellentree. Charles Hunter Mills. Tate Joseph McCracken Milroy, cum laude. Omar Musa. Clint Montgomery. Clint Montgomery. Robbie Moore. Carly Lynn Myers, magna cum laude. Kirsten Renee Nance. Eva Michelle Latinsky, magna cum laude. Jacob Aaron Nemick. Trong Min Nguyen, summa cum laude. Cliff Weston Nichols, summa cum laude. Ololade Ngozi Ololale. Shannon Amy Penn, summa cum laude. Benjamin Thomas Green Hargeman. Elizabeth N. Parks. Avery Jonathan Parsons, summa cum laude. Jaina V. Patel, summa cum laude. Krishna Nilesh Patel, cum laude. Rachel Shrikan Patel. Richa Jagdish Patel, cum laude. Simone Patel. Yasmin Dara Hamer. Eric Daniel Carroll. Antu Tron Pham. Jayla Michelle Phillips. Anam Valerie Futsuko, cum laude. Joshua Brett Pollard, cum laude. William Paul Porter. Grady Alexander Priest, magna cum laude. Marshall Dean Perdome, magna cum laude. Janani Parpadi Ramesh. Joycelyn Tatiana Ramirez. Juan Luis Ramirez. Kara Rathan. Shoshana Dove Ratliff Johnson, magna cum laude. Sneha Medapati Reddy. Laurel Brooke Ritchie. Yasmin Renteria, magna cum laude. Rohan Sai Riredi, summa cum laude. Jennifer Tatiana Reyes. Richard Anthony Reyes. Carlos Reyes Leon, cum laude. Hannah Marie Richards. Nicole Ann Richards, cum laude. Brianna Shernice Richmond, magna cum laude. Thomas Allen Ream. Caitlin Nicole Riley, summa cum laude. Theron Reyes. Zara Jessica Quinn Robinson. Ashley Nicole Rocha. Eileen Rodriguez. April Annette Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Nicholas Nasser Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Miguel Fernando Rojas. Ernesto Ruiz. Nicholas Oscar Writing. Sally Ann St. Jacques, magna cum laude. Aslan Marie Saldivar. Joshua Aslan Salter. Anne Louise Savage, summa cum laude. Hayden Kyle Schilling, cum laude. Benjamin Carl Schmidt, magna cum laude. Fatima Ali Sheikh. Morris D1 Shell, the third. Oscar Enrique Sirius. Samuel Alexander Skupin, summa cum laude. Anthony Michael Sledge. Benjamin Meyer Sloan, summa cum laude. Quentin Manuel Smith. Sarah James Smith, magna cum laude. Dakota Lewis Stevens. Angela Dawn Stiggers. Cynthia Jane Sturgis. Logan Jacob Sullivan. Michael E. Suresh, cum laude. Quentin Reed Tabor. Brett Matthew Taft. Thomas Edward Teschner. Anna Elizabeth Thomas, summa cum laude. Christian Avery Thomas. Leah Elsa Thomas, cum laude. Nita Atos Thomas, cum laude. Emma Jane Colleen Thornburg, magna cum laude. Biak Lynn Dial, cum laude. Vanessa Geraldine Tomlin. Jackson Ramey Townsend. Catherine Ann Tuttle. Sapphire Joanne Boitico. Kwame Ann Varghese. Joseph E. Vetter, summa cum laude. Justin Paul Wade. Thrain Min Wei. Macy Lynn Wallace. Kirsten Nicole Weber, cum laude. Samuel B. Weir. Connor Alden Welch. Hello, Wendy. Madison K. Winslet, cum laude. Marina Tamara Wise, magna cum laude. Nita Grace Wright. Lamont George Weiss III. Tiffany Yan Zhu, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Yarbrough, cum laude. Thomas Timothy Yuen. Stephanie A. Zabrano. Jessica Allegra Zapata. Clara K. Z, magna cum laude. Yuli Zhang, magna cum laude. At this time, for bachelor's graduates, the graduation tassel is a symbol of success. Moving the tassel to the left after graduating is symbolic of crossing to another stage in your life while keeping your alma mater close to your heart. At this time, we invite all bachelor's candidates to move your tassel to the right, from the right side to the left. President O'Day, this concludes the candidates for Bachelor of Arts degree. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Will our Alumni Board President and the co-chairs of the Senior Committee please come forward?
Graduates, today is a great and beautiful day to celebrate. My name is Cynthia Hine, and I'm president of your Alumni Association. I'm here today representing the Austin College Alumni Board, and on behalf of the board, It is my pleasure to welcome you, the class of 2019, as the newest members of the Austin College Alumni Association. As you celebrate today, be sure to thank your parents, family, and friends who supported your goal of achieving your Austin College degree. Be proud of yourself and go forward into the world focused on doing well and being kind to others. And know that we, your fellow alumni, the faculty and the administration, cannot wait to see you fulfill your hopes and dreams. I truly believe that the alumni are the greatest ambassadors for Austin College. So my message to the class of 2019 today is to please join us in teaching others about Austin College. Stay involved with your school. Come back for homecoming. Be part of the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn communities. Attend alumni events and gatherings in your hometown, and take full advantage of the alumni activities that will keep you connected to Austin College, to the Austin College family, as you make your way in the world. The Austin College community is here for you too. The Alumni Association is more than 13,000 members strong, and now you're a part of it. Your success and involvement impact the continued progress of this great institution. We look forward to working with you and supporting you, and can't wait to see what you do next. And let me tell you, we are very impressed with the class of 2019. Not only are each of you smart, achieving young leaders, but many of you have already given back to the Austin College in the form of a generous senior gift. At this time, I'd like to invite the chairs of the senior committee for the class of 2019 to join President O'Day for the presentation of this gift.
Good morning. My name is Priya Chari. This is Ben Schmidt and Sapphire Utiko. On behalf of the class of 2019, we present this check in the amount of $10,166 to Austin College.
Thank you. Just a few closing remarks. I'll keep it under 45 minutes, I promise. This is a special, special community. And now you're heading out to places to make community there as well. Remember that just because you aren't living in the flats, eating in the caf together, hanging at the couches, or seeing the same people day after day in Hopkins, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, that doesn't mean you're alone. You have not been cut off. You will always be connected here. You will always be part of Rue Nation. I like to say that Austin College transforms students so they can transform the world. You have been transformed, whether you realize it today or not. And now it's time for you to go out and transform the world. My closing words of advice: do well, do good, and do keep in touch. Now, before I turn the podium over to Chaplain John Williams, I know that there is one final tradition that seniors like to celebrate, and that is tossing their graduation caps in honor of this special day. Not yet, not yet. After the benediction and the choral response, look to your senior committee for your cue. Deal? Again, congratulations, class of 2019. Way to go.
I invite the rest of you also to remain seated after the benediction and choral response. Beware of falling caps, but please remain seated for the recessional. Okay, graduates, this part is about over. The world is about to turn. But now you gotta go. Go start some fires. Go be heroes. Be people of peace. Have courage. Hold on tight to all that is good and return no one evil for evil. Love and serve the world. Support the weak. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Honor all people. Share whatever you have. Speak truth tenderly and lovingly. Clean up your own messes. Use the brains God gave you. Figure stuff out. Act like gifted, beloved, and capable people, because that really is what you really are. And never forget that the grace, mercy, and peace of Almighty God are with us all, whoever we are, today, tomorrow, and forever. Seriously, amen. Class of 2019, let's do this shit. I'm just